Hi, Stephanie Wood here, EFT tapping trainer and practitioner and creator of Ultra EFT, which stands for Understanding Life Through Realization and Awareness. This video is about tapping for overwhelm. Now, I don't know about you, but I get overwhelmed from time to time, and I find tapping such a powerful tool to just take the edge off so that you can get some clarity around those contributors to the overwhelmed state. So we're going to do that today. I'm going to try to keep this short and sweet so that you have a tool that you can come back to anytime. First, I want to note that this and any other tapping video are definitely not meant as a substitute for learning how to properly tap on yourself so that you can get the results that you really want, that you're not going to get just by tapping along with tapping videos. By continuing on with this video, you agree to take full responsibility for your own emotional and physical well-being. It's not meant as a substitute for any kind of professional medical or psychological advice or treatment. So let's get started. So let's start by recognizing and tuning in to where your overwhelm lives in your body. So close your eyes or just soften your gaze, and I want you to take a nice cleansing breath. Notice where that overwhelm lives in your body. Or it might not be in your body, it might be outside of you, whatever that feels like, wherever you notice the overwhelm. And if you can, give it a rating on a scale from 0 to 10, 10 being, holy mackerel, I'm so overwhelmed, I'm gonna pass out, and 0 being, what overwhelm? So give yourself a rating so that we can take a baseline and check in afterwards. Now we're going to do a round of tapping strictly on the overwhelm, to just name it, own it, acknowledge it. So let's just start tapping. Even though I feel so overwhelmed. That is how I feel. Even though I am feeling super overwhelmed right now, I deeply acknowledge that this is my experience and that I have a lot going on. Even though I feel so overwhelmed, there's a lot happening, and maybe it feels like too much. That's what's happening right now for me, and I'm really open to seeing something new about this. Top of the head. I feel so overwhelmed. Inside of the eyebrow. Whoa, I'm so overwhelmed right now. Side of the eye. Everything's just too much. Under the eye. It feels like too much. Under the nose. I feel so overwhelmed. Chin. There's so much on my plate. Collarbone. I feel so overwhelmed. Under the arm. This overwhelmed feeling. And the wrist. Yeah, I am feeling overwhelmed. Okay, so shake that off, take a breath. You can lay your hands in your lap if you'd like, whatever is comfortable for you. So now we're going to kind of try to pull it apart a bit so that you can take a better look at what is lending itself to this overwhelm. So just tapping on the top of your head. What I'd love for you to do is consider all the things that you feel overwhelmed about. Just think about that whole list of things that are on your plate. It could be relationship stuff, work stuff, kids stuff, just emotional states, parents, whatever it is, anything that's kind of lending itself to that. feeling of overwhelm, and just notice that right now. And inside of the eyebrow, tap here, and I want you to just say, I feel overwhelmed. Side of the eye, about, and then name one of those things. Just name one of the contributors. Under the eye, I feel overwhelmed about, and now name something else on that list. And if there's just one thing, see if you can break it down into pieces. And if you can't, you can just name the same thing over and over. That's fine. Under the nose, and we're going to continue this way. Under the nose, I feel overwhelmed about, and name a different thing. We're just naming them. Chin, I also feel overwhelmed about. Just throw them in there. And if you run out of things, see if you can break them down. And if not, just cycle back. Even if you say the same two things over and over and over, that's fine. Collarbone, and I feel overwhelmed about. And under the arm, I feel overwhelmed about. And just name it. And the wrist. All of this overwhelm about all of these things. Okay, take a breath, shake that off. Okay, so now what I'd like you to do is take one of those things. It may not even be the biggest stressor, it is the one that occurs to you. What's the one that's bugging you the most? What's like super present for you? And I want you to tune into that thing, and however it feels for you. And just notice that. Just tune into it right now. One of my stressors is, and just name it again. And right now, as you're naming it, notice what's happening in your body. Inside of the eyebrow, I feel it in my, see if you can just name the place in your body that you're feeling it. Side of the eye. I have this thing that I need to deal with. Under the eye. And how do you feel about it when you think about the thing? What's the feeling? Is it sadness? Is it overwhelm? Is it anger? Is it whatever it is? Name that feeling about that particular contributor. Under the nose. And then just name that again. I feel. Chin. And name the contributor again. This thing. This situation. Collarbone. And then tune into that feeling again about it. How would you describe that feeling? Under the arm. And again, name where you feel it in your body. And the wrist. I'm open to seeing something new about this and gaining some clarity about how best to handle this. Okay, take a breath, shake that off. And now we're going to do something called the clarity pose. And it looks like this. The points are just above each tear duct, and then right between your eyebrows, you go up about 1 centimeter, and basically you're not pressing hard, you're just making contact, and you can hold it like that or like that. And the back of your head, you just put your thumb at the top of your neck and cradle your occipital area. If your arm gets tired, you can lean, and you don't need to say anything. I'm just going to say some statements, and all you need to do is just listen and just hold the pose. You're just making an electrical connection. And I want you to just think about that situation that you just brought up. And I want you to just notice it. Everything about this contributor to my overwhelm is there. Everything this means to me. Everything that's coming up around this and why it feels like so much, too much. Everything that is, Delete, 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 uncreate, illuminate, destroy all that across all time, space, dimensions, and realities, across all ancestral fields, everything in me that says, I can't not be stressed about this. Everything that is, delete, uncreate, illuminate, destroy all that. Everything in me that says, this is always going to be hard. This is always going to be challenging. Everything that is, delete, uncreate, illuminate, destroy all that. Everything in me that says that I can't see a way out of this. That's going to be easy. Everything that is, delete, uncreate, illuminate, destroy all that. Then take a breath, shake that off. We're going to switch hands. And again, I want you to just think about that one thing, that one aspect of whatever's contributing to your overwhelm, and just notice it. What if I could gain clarity around how to best handle this? Anything that doesn't allow that, delete, uncreate, illuminate, destroy all that, delete, delete, delete. What would happen if I could insightfully realize that I'm feeling thought in the moment about this? Anything that doesn't allow that, delete, 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 uncreate, illuminate, destroy all that. Who would I be if this didn't bother me at all? If there was a sense of ease around it, no matter what it is? Anything that doesn't allow that, delete, uncreate, illuminate, and destroy that all. Take a nice deep breath, shake that off. And now what I'd love for you to do is tune back into the general overwhelm. And you can do that by closing your eyes or softening your gaze. And again, just notice where it is in your body. See if it's changed or moved. And now give it a rating on a scale from 0 to 10 and see if it's gone down from the original number that you had. And if it hasn't, what I'm going to suggest is that you take the next thing on your list that we tap through, the next contributor to that overwhelm, and go through that same process that we did with the first one. And if you need to do that for each one until you gain some more clarity around it, that's great. I'm going to guess that you're not going to need to do that because there's something about them all collapsing like a waterfall. Sometimes that happens and we get some insight and some clarity, and the clouds of overwhelm sometimes lift. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'd love to hear from you about your experience. So please leave comments, please subscribe to my channel, and I thank you for watching this video.